Hey guys, Asa right here, back at it again with a new mini series. I'm gonna be calling this The Simples of Shoutcasting. Now, the reason why I'm making a series like this is I kind of made one before, but it's a little bit longer in its duration. It was called the Shoutcaster Sessions. Now, this content was me talking to random people who were interested to get into shoutcasting, and I kind of did a one-on-one session. But now, kind of thinking about it, going back to it, it was a little bit too long. It was a little bit too personalized to that one person to help him or her get into the art of shoutcasting. Now, the Simples of Shoutcasting is another one of my kind of creations where I wanted to create a series that helps people who want to get into the craft of shoutcasting, kind of put their feet on the ground. Because you might think that shoutcasters are just people who, stream on the side on Facebook or Twitch, get invited, and then they shoutcast, and then that's it. Technically, you can go about that, but if you really want to put the effort in, if you really want to create a career out of shoutcasting, this isn't your secondary, this is your primary, I feel like this might be able to help you. Aside from, you gotta understand the proper decorums about some things. Some of the topics that I might talk about here is a little bit sensitive, possibly. I want to talk about stuff that isn't just about how to get better as a shoutcaster, but how to be better overall as an esports talent. But of course, first and foremost, how do you get started? And that is where we're going to be with episode 1 of Simples of Shoutcasting. So again, how do you get started as a shoutcaster? To get started in shoutcasting. One of the things that was done before, back in 2014, where I actually started in shoutcasting, was to sign up for the Do You Have What It Takes to Be a Shoutcaster promo by Garena, wherein they were looking for shoutcasters to, cover their pro gaming series tournament. It was much easier at the time before because people didn't really know what shoutcaster was or what shoutcasting is, and very few people actually wanted to get into it. Maybe 10-20 people applied, and I was one of the lucky ones who actually got approved by Garena at the time. But now it's a little bit more cutthroat. Tournament organizations, they don't want beginners at the very start of a tournament because they want quality at the get-go, and that's kind of like the difficulty of where it starts. How do you let these tournaments know that your quality talent, how your content is quality? Well, that's the answer. Create quality content. Create content that pertains to this game. Let's say you're not me. This is an example. Don't overthink it, guys. You're not me. I have already about a couple of years of shoutcasting experience. I have some credibility with organizations already. They know who I am, so I do get hired from time to time. But what if you don't have the same credentials as I do? How do you get started? Well, one of the things is to create that content like I was talking about, wherein you just make a video. Maybe if it's League of Legends, shoutcast a casual tournament. Post it on your YouTube, on your Facebook page, and then there you go. That's one content already where tournament organizers or possible scouts who are looking for new shoutcasters can look at your content. If they like your content, they will contact you through that YouTube, through that Facebook page, and they say, hey dude, I like your content. Let's get to work. Let's get in touch. Easy. One of the other things is, aside from creating these videos, aside from maybe creating these shoutcasting videos, you can also make infographics like my friend Isaac plays. So this guy, you can check out his Facebook page. I'll link it. He creates infographics for the mobile game Arena of Valor, and he creates it in such a way that it helps you understand what's happening in the patches, what's happening in the tournaments. If there's some really important hot fixes that is going on right now, he really laser points on Arena of Valor and creates a kind of awareness of change in the game. And this has kind of made him into a personality that whenever you see him, oh dude, I'm looking for like what's the best what's a good content site that allows me to check out, updates about Arena of Valor. Maybe we could check Blue Moon Game. That's pretty good, but it's not always updated. Oh, why not try out Isaac Plays? See, you're already kind of creating that mind space, that mind advertisement that people will see that you're creating that content, and they'll maybe if they watch a live tournament, they're gonna say, oh, we also like this shoutcaster called Isaac Plays. Why don't you try to hire him? Bam. Actually, I was able to talk to Isaac Plays in an interview where, we kind of discussed how he actually got into the groove of content creation. So here it is, guys. So here we are with the interview with Isaac Plays. So you can say, hey there, man.
Hi.
All right. So probably English so that, other people can actually also understand what we're talking about. So
Okay.
yeah, like I said before at the start of the video, guys, Isaac Plays is one of the content creators who specialize in Arena Valor or mobile gaming. So what made you decide to actually make content and post them on Facebook? The infographics that you do. If you
Yeah.
guys are wondering, I'll just post like some of his pictures on the video. So yeah, you got the spotlight, man. Go ahead.
Well, it's a strange story, really. Being a teacher by profession, I've always had this passion for teaching. I came from from getting completely immersed in RPGs and console games till I hit a point where I started this MOBA addiction with League of Legends to Dota 2 until finally Arena of Valor. I absolutely love studying strategies, builds, and other things that could help me improve myself as a player. So I was always reading these guides, researching through them, videos and whatnot. I was frustrated with my friends and I always losing whenever we'd play, and I had the worst temper. So while doing all of this in my free time, I started trying to study graphic design as well by making illustrations or infographics because I just love these guides.
Hmm.
At one point, I got so frustrated that I decided to make guides for my friends and I to follow and play better. Whenever I'd meet people who were interested, I'd share these to help them and they'd love it too. So, a friend of mine from the US who went by the name of Chaos Squirrel thought it'd be awesome for me to turn my content into a page and focus on creating these guides to help other players. Everything kicked off from there, and a year later, here I am.
Wow. So like instead of like trash talking your friends, guys, get better, get good. You actually made a legitimate guide for them so that they can have a path at getting good.
Yeah, well, there was trash talking involved, of course.
It's fine.
Friends,
No friends, it's fine. We'll let it slide, all right? Against opponents, it's not that good, but if it's friends, you're better friends when you trash talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, did you ever think, with all of the success that you've had with your channel, and don't, sugarcoat it. I'm saying you're pretty successful with your channel, your content as well. There's a lot of people who appreciate it, which is actually really, really awesome. Again, the work that we did in AIC 2019 wouldn't be
Oh yeah.
as good as it was if I didn't have you, kind of giving me the ins and outs for Arena of Valor, which again is stemming from also you creating this content beforehand, so you got the knowledge before. So
Yeah.
did you think that this was gonna be like a natural succession to shoutcasting? Do you ever think that you were gonna get into shoutcasting, or like you were just like, hey, it's there, I'll take it?
Well, I guess it did in a way. I mean, I never really thought that shoutcasting would be a thing for me. But I was thinking of ideas and what kind of content to release, and I thought, you know what? I'll showcase teams that I've played with before and, let them play live for others to watch and learn from.
Mm-hmm.
In return, they'd get exposure and people from the community could learn, grow, and improve from what they'd see in hopes that maybe it'll help the community or the game grow even more.
Yeah.
At the same time, I always watched Dota 2 Major, and all of those were just really a regular thing for me in my free time. It was a joy to see shoutcasters like Toby One or OD Pixel just make it look so damn fun to watch. I thought, I think this is a great idea. I'm gonna try this out and see if I'm
Yeah.
even a fraction capable of shoutcasting while I let amateur teams from the community play live for viewers. Scrim Saturday, came off without a hitch, kicked off, and from there, and ever since that point, I decided, this is something I love to do.
That's incredible because I mean I started shoutcasting and I was able to do that because there was a platform already, ergo the pro gaming series hosted by Garena Philippines. But you created content, you created community to a community that follows you because of that content, and you're able to create like an ecosystem that also hosted this Scrim Saturday, which is again awesome. So that's like just a really cool way of you getting into esports in general, and just creating a nice environment for gamers, a community itself.
Well, hopefully it did help.
Yeah. All right, man. So thank you so much for this interview. Definitely will give you the proper credentials in this video. So again, guys, this is Isaac Plays. I will leave his Facebook page. If you have a YouTube, I'll also share it, my man. Thank you so much, dude. And do you have any messages to the people who are maybe curious to get into esports, shoutcasting, or maybe even content creation such as yourself?
Well, the only thing I'd tell you is that, well, and everyone else that wants to be something like this, is to never, ever, ever let the hate beat you.
Oh,
There will be
yeah.
hates.
Yeah.
There will be lots of love as well. But at the end of the day, these up and downs, these are things that you learn from. And you
Yeah.
always need to remember that these mistakes are there for you to grow and improve. And eventually, maybe we get lucky and we get a spot somewhere good and, kickstarts our career.
Yeah.
Who knows?
True enough, true enough. Can't have put that into better words. Anyways, thank you so much, man. Hopefully
Yeah,
I'll see you on
anytime.
another episode. So guys, so what do you think? Pretty cool, right? So the second one is a little bit more easier. You have to join communities that focus around esports. The reason being is that they might be looking for talents, for casters, shoutcasters in those communities where you might not be a part of yet. Imagine if you're buying a console, a PS4, a Nintendo Switch, an Xbox One, you might, after you buy it, where do you look for places to see if a game is good? Let's say you want to buy like God of War. You look maybe at YouTube and check out the reviews, yes, but you also join forums, you join groups because you want to know these user reviews. Is it really worth your money? And if you think about it in terms of being a shoutcaster, you have to join groups that are also about video games, about tournament, about competitive video gaming, because you have to know if they're looking for shoutcaster. You have to know if there's a tournament there. You might want to reach out to the tournament organizer. Hey, I'm actually interested in shoutcasting. Maybe you have, it's a little bit more basic, a little bit contradictory to what I was talking about before at the start of this video, but it helps. It helps you grow your channel. Now, another thing is, again, you just have to reach out, and sometimes they're gonna be posting out these registrations, these tryouts that you can test out. Not a lot of times, but sometimes they do, and sometimes you get lucky if you register in time. So don't forget to check them out. It's always worth it, and you can just leave yourself, to be in that group, and it won't really waste your time at all, because at least you'll be seeing the updates that is also happening with the community. Maybe aside from registering to these tryouts, you go to the tournaments that they host, you go to the tournaments that they sponsor, and you see these big shot shoutcasters. You walk up to them on the event, talk to them. They're not gods. They're not gonna push you away or anything. They're very, very chill. They're very, very kind. At least from the people that I've met here in the Philippines, they're really, really cool. And you can ask them straight up, do you think you have an opening for being a shoutcaster? I'm really, really interested in being a shoutcaster. If you guys have this type of game, I'm open to it. I'll give you my credentials, maybe my sample shoutcast videos, and bam, another avenue for you to work with. So those are kind of the two main things that you can test out in trying to be, trying to get into the realm of shoutcasting. Not only in your self-created content will you shoutcast, but in legitimate tournaments that have more people, that have more teams for you to shoutcast and view. And that, I think, is one of the things that will also level up your game. So if you guys like that content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them down below, because I will create these videos, these mini series of the simples of shoutcasting with your questions. Now, see you on the next one, and don't forget to go further beyond plus ultra.